7 Disney Cruise Myths People Actually Believe. Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Anne with some more of your Disneys. Today we're going to talk about 7 myths regarding Disney Cruise Line. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. We're climbing up to 1,000. I really appreciate all the subscriptions. Thank you so much. If you haven't shared with a friend, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Let's get into this. What are the 7 Disney Cruise myths? Myth number 1, Disney Cruise Line is only for children. That is definitely not true for us. I know a lot of people besides us as well that travel as just adults with no kids involved. Disney Cruise Line is great for children, teens, adults, grandparents, and everyone in between. My second cruise was a 4-day cruise aboard the Disney Wonder with my sister, and we left the children at home to celebrate our birthdays and my college graduation. And that was in my, well, not in my 20s, let's just put it that way. Disney Cruise Line's private island, Castaway Cay, has an adult-only beach, Serenity Bay, that includes beautiful water, peaceful hammocks, a bar, and a barbecue lunch. On the ship, there's adult-only swimming pools, hot tubs, restaurants, spa, fitness center, bars, and seminars, some of them with alcohol and wine tastings. The alcohol tastings are one of our favorites. We've got a whole video about that actually. They give you 4 or 5 tastes as well as education on whatever you're tasting. I think it's really fun as well as informational. Myth number 2, it's more expensive than other cruise lines. On the surface, this may be true, but you get so much more for your money on a Disney cruise. Multiple ways to save include booking early. The very best is to book as soon as the dates come out. You can put a 20% deposit to hold the cruise, and then if your plans change over time, you can actually cancel for free. I think it's about 90 days prior to cruise date that you can cancel for free, but definitely check into that. You don't want your money messed up. So in addition to booking early, you can travel during the school months, and you can also book an interior stateroom. Disney Cruise Line also includes some items in the cost of the cruise that other lines don't, including all sodas at dinner and at the station on the pool deck, as well as in cabanas. Also, almost all of the items from the room service menu are included. There's a few things like packaged or drink containers, those are not included, but salads, burgers, the food is included. They also allow a limited amount of beer and wine to be carried on for consumption in your stateroom. You can carry on 2 bottles of wine or 6 beers per person over 21 per port, and they must be packed in your carry-on. For me, Disney Cruise Line is absolutely worth the cost. You are treated so well on board the ship, luxury all the time. The combination of discreet Disney memorabilia that tugs at the heartstrings as well as the abundance is truly worth the cost. And a little pro tip for you with room service, we especially love the all hands on deck cheese platter. That can be great with a glass of wine in the room while you're getting ready for the evening. At the end of the evening, the warm cookies and milk or a Mickey ice cream bar are fabulous. Some people take the cookies and put the Mickey ice cream bar in between to make an ice cream bar sandwich. Myth number 3, it's like Disneyland at sea. It's not like Disneyland at sea, and in my opinion, it's so much better. Let me say this first, I love Disneyland. I grew up on Disneyland Park. I've been there more times than I can count. I've been to Disney World multiple times. I really love Disney World and Animal Kingdom especially, but the Disney cruise is way above all of that. You get personal attention on a Disney cruise ship like you don't at the resorts, honestly. And I really love the fact of the logistics. It's so fast to go anywhere. The food's there, the fun's there. There is one water ride on 3 of the ships, and the Wish will have its very first attraction at sea, so I'm excited to see what that will be like. The current water rides are the Aqua Duck on the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy, which is a water coaster at sea, and the Disney Magic has the Aqua Dunk, a thrill water ride with a drop. There are also many similarities though. If you like characters, that aspect can be far better. There are less lines, less people, it's more organized, and you get many more opportunities to meet characters on board the ship. You can even catch a picture with them just wandering around occasionally. There are also princess meet and greets as well with multiple princesses, and those seem to be really popular. Every cruise also has Broadway-style Disney stage shows, and these are simply amazing. Do not miss them, they're so good. The dining rooms are all themed differently, from fun to elegant, and the Disney details in the main dining rooms are truly a delight. Take some time to look at those, they're everywhere. Myth number 4, I will bump into Disney characters all the time. You will randomly bump into characters, and in some fun ways. One time when we were at Serenity Bay, which is the adult section of Castaway Cay, my sister and I looked up to see Captain Jack literally running towards us on the beach. It's so much fun to see characters when there's no kids around and you have a cocktail. There was a couple of people down at the other end of the beach and he ran up behind them and kind of scared them. It was funny. We also ran into Stitch wandering around, and I waited in the line to get pictures with Mickey and Minnie in my cap and gown. As cruises are getting going again and character meets are being socially distanced, they do not seem to be having the typical stand in line to get your picture with a character. And from what I've heard, it's not even always on the Navigator app, which is where all the details are. It's more of an impromptu pop-up of Disney characters, and that can happen in the atrium, it can happen at dinner, out on the pool deck, and that does happen in normal cruising times, but it definitely seems to be more of the norm right now, and we'll see how that changes over time. We were quite happy with Captain Jack on the beach. Myth number 5, you must dress as a princess or prince for formal night. This is false. Some people dress as a princess, and they are not always children. That's the joy of Disney, but not the requirement. People dress in anything from shorts to a suit or cocktail dress for formal night. There are photographers for those nights, and some like to get family photos, so you'll see people quite dressed for formal night. Dress seems to be more of a Sunday church wear and nice dinner out rather than ball gowns. There will also be people still dressed from their day in port, and some in more casual wear. It's up to you, unless you book the adult-only restaurants, which do have a dress code. They also have a pirate night on some sailings, so that can be fun to dress up for. Myth number 6, the room will be too small. With Disney Cruise Line, their staterooms are part of the largest. They are quite spacious. There's room under the beds for suitcases. There's going to be a couch with a little sitting area in each room. There's also a divider curtain so you can separate the two. And most of the staterooms will have a dual bathroom. So they have sink and toilet in one bathroom, and they'll have the shower in a sink in the second bathroom. So people can take care of business and get ready at the same time. One thing to note is the showers, if you're really tall, you might be too tall for the shower. If that's the case, they have the fitness center that has showers there that are much more spacious, so that's another option. They also have a bunk bed that nests in the ceiling that can be pulled down, and the couch can transform into a bed. Your stateroom attendant will take care of all of those details for you. And number 7 is I'm gonna get seasick. This one is particular to each person, obviously. If you have experienced seasickness before, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Some people go to the doctor and get a patch. For us, I was a little concerned about it, and it does get me a little bit when it gets really, really rough out. What we do is we take Bonine, B-O-N-I-N-E, the entire trip. We start 2 days before we get on the ship, so a day before we fly, because we always fly in a day early. Pro tip, fly in a day early. So we take the Bonine before we leave the house, and we take it every night. And that really seems to take care of it. If the seas are getting really rough, that's when I add in more. I'll take another Bonine during the day if needed. We also have sea bands. I do believe those are helpful. And I will also bring like a 4-in-1 type drop that has ginger and some other things to help the stomach. In addition, they say that green apples and ginger ale can also help, and just being able to see the horizon can help as well. So if you have seasickness or are concerned with it, just stock yourself up. Make sure you pay attention, keep your sea bands on, take your Bonine, keep those little hard candy things with you in case you need a little extra help, and then just enjoy your cruise. The other thing you can do is if you're really worried, you could take a 3-night cruise just to see how it goes. They're not going to travel as far, so there's less opportunity for seasickness, especially if they are all port days, because the ship will be docked at the port for most of the day. So that's it. That's our 7 Disney cruise myths. What do you think? Are these myths true? Do you have some others that you know that we didn't think of today? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We really love hearing from you. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'm beginning the climb to 1,000 subscribers. I am amazed at that. Thank you so much for everyone that has subscribed already. If you have somebody that you think might like these videos, please send them along. You can ring that little bell for any notifications when we put up any new information, and we'll see you real soon with some more Disneys.